Hey, this is Soraya, Soraya's Fierce Cooking Show, Soraya's Fierce Kitchen. I'm here in New York City, Queens. Here's Rima, Soraya's Fierce Van Life. Welcome to my show. Let's jump inside. Hey, boys and girls, how are you? Hi, my name is Soraya Subada. I'm the queen of healthy Latin cooking. We have a very, very busy Sunday. It's June 21st. The last couple of months has been COVID-19, right? Friday was 111 days of the city monitoring COVID-19 and Governor Cuomo having his broadcast over 3 months. And so now we're going to be in phase 2 of reopening in New York. And I'm still doing van life, actually 8 months into van life. It's very, very hot today, and very little makeup. I'm almost naked. If you only could see what I'm wearing. It's incredible. It's like almost nothing. Very, very lingerie and breezy and peach and kind of orangey. Whatever. That's not important. What's important is that I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to you healthy, right? Started seeing my endocrinologist again and getting more in depth with my health care on a general level beyond transgender care. And so I'm very, very happy about that. And as you can see behind me, I've set up some more shelving. Things are looking really better in the van. Not only looking better, but feeling more comfortable. So I'm still in van life, and I've seen quite a bit. I tell you, living in a van in Jackson Heights during the COVID-19 pandemic. I just want to say that I'm really happy to see that New York City and New York as a whole is really coming out of the high extreme infection rate and death rate and hospitalizations and all of that. Sad to see that other parts of the country are really becoming more affected by COVID-19. Now, I'm not going to talk about the president. I'm not going to talk about his rally yesterday in Tulsa. I'm just going to say that with the movement of Black Lives Matter and all the different neighborhoods that, I don't want to say protesters, but persons who are exercising their right to communicate their feelings. With the last passing, that was pretty intense. And the young man who was intoxicated, I guess, and fell asleep on the drive-through. I really felt that. So I remember in my overeating and drinking days being in parking lots of fast food restaurants. And so it's like, therefore for the grace of God go on. And I'm grateful that that occurrence has created more momentum. Being a person of color, being a gay Latino man, a gay boy, a gay person, not just gay but Puerto Rican, being a brown person, a brown boy. I experienced enough and a lot, and being transgender or whatever. But I'm so glad that we're giving more voice to the concern and the fact that I felt it like I feel like about it in Puerto Rico. There were massacres by the United States against Puerto Ricans in PR. But I remember visiting Puerto Rico and feeling the blood in the streets from the massacres initiated by the United States against Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico. And my family, my parents, probably small children, witnessing those massacres and how it affects you. The paranoia, the fear, and it keeps happening, and it's ingrained in you, and you don't operate well. Who could operate well like that? I'm sure. I haven't operated that well. I mean, it's a miracle I get to do as much as I do. It's a miracle I've done as much, seen as much, and have the courage to transition and go to the level of transgender identity. It's a beautiful thing, but it's not the most welcomed either, So I remember visiting Puerto Rico and feeling that like it's been shitted all over, by the United States. And the same thing I feel about slavery and racism and extreme racism, where like Juneteenth, what happened in Oklahoma, the whole neighborhood was burnt down, 300 people. It's crazy. So, I feel it, and I really felt the passing of that young man, It is so crazy. But I'm here, we're here, and it's a day at a time. So I've mentioned all of that because all of the 5 boroughs had the presence of, I don't like to use the word protesters or rioters. I don't find that to be who we are. People of color voicing our opinion. The public was out voicing their opinion. How's that? And the energy was here in Queens, and it was really interesting to see. And it's been interesting to see since COVID-19 the amount of people responding to their stress. The highest incident, the highest, like the craziest one, it was a young man. He was kind of hot too with no shirt on. I don't know what the hell was going on, but he was picking up garbage cans and throwing it on the boulevard, which is crazy. And I was like, oh. And I've heard other people like go nuts, like actually cursing at COVID-19. So what I've heard in the street, what I've seen in the street, what I felt in the street, it's been really, really amazing. I'm glad that I witnessed this. Was not planning on being in the street during COVID-19 in a van. On one of the busiest abs in Queens, but I ended up here, and there was a reason for that, and I have lots to say about it. Well, do I have lots to say? I'm glad I experienced it. It's making me even more grateful to being alive, and even if my domicile is a van, that's okay. You know what I mean? And it's where I'm supposed to be right now, and for me not to judge it, and not think like other people. Like, I do think that, like, some people are like, what the fuck is she doing in a van? What the hell happened to her? You know, but this was my choice. This was my choice, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Certainly not comfortable, but it's making me a much stronger person, and hopefully a little bit more empathetic to others. So I like challenges, and this has been a big juicy one. And speaking of big and juicy, no, there's nothing to say about that. Only that my life is continuing to be big and juicy. I'm in the van. I'm here to you, all greasy and shiny. I got my hair. Oh, big and juicy. I got to figure out how to cover my grays in the van. I've been able to do it. Did it once, and been washing and conditioning my hair in the van. Figured that out finally. I'm really, really happy about that. Cooking a little bit more. I have my solar panel outside. I'm going to see if I can bring the camera out and have you guys kind of see the setup. The legitimacy of van life and solar power in action. And I want to thank some of my viewers. People have been reaching out through my channel to ask if I was okay, because I was pretty consistent with videos. I kind of took a little break. Why? Because medical reasons. I was really starting my hormone therapy again, and going through some different types of T blockers that kind of really made me feel really funky, and so I'm on a new set of T blockers that works really well for me, and was on the estradiol patches, and now I'm back to injections, and that makes me feel much, much better. So there was that transition, and there was a friend who was positive, and I was concerned. There was just some things I needed to figure out for myself in my mind before I came to the camera again. It's just like the last couple of months or so, I really needed to work things out up here. Yeah, I needed to work things out and make sure that, you know, I was okay. And I'm okay.